I'm excited to get going with you guys. It's gonna be a fun class. I will be going over basics. Thanks for letting me know. I will be going over Pilates basics, okay? There are ways to make it harder. I will also go through those things. But make sure that whatever you're choosing is something that feels like a positive experience for your body. If you're feeling pain or discomfort, it means to hug the knees to the chest, lower your head, take a little rest. There is nothing wrong with taking a rest. It doesn't mean that you're not getting a solid workout, okay? So, with that in mind, we are about to get started. You will need a mat. A yoga mat works just fine. You can have a yoga mat over padded carpet, but you want to be sure that whatever you choose leaves a little bit of padding for your spine, okay? So we're going to start by warming up with the basics here. When you're ready, come down onto your back. If your ears are kind of tipped, that means that you just need a little bit of support under your head. So take a cushion or a towel and fold it up so that it's right underneath your skull, leaving your neck free. Okay, come to rest with your hand on your bottom ribs and a hand on your navel, and begin to just breathe, okay? So you don't need to worry about how you're breathing right now. We'll go into that in a little bit, but I want you to notice if your top hand moves most or if your bottom hand moves most. Everyone has a natural way that they breathe. It's totally fine. We're gonna refine that as we do your Pilates work. So taking a few deep breaths. Generally in Pilates, we breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. Now, if you feel like your bottom hand is moving the most, I want you to see if you can shift the work into your top hand. So you're gonna inhale and breathe into the chest and ribs. On the exhale, let your bottom hand get a little bit heavier. Engaging all the muscles through your abdominal area. Doing that again. When you exhale, be sure it's a full and complete exhale every time. And that's a brief introduction as to how you're trying to breathe the entire time you're in Pilates. You should feel all of this area staying really strong and long, and the hips remaining relaxed. So not a lot of tension in the hips because it will put tension in your neck. Okay, from here, starting our first warm-up exercise. I'm gonna take an inhale just to get ready and to engage the core. As you exhale, pull the core muscles in to gently flatten your back into the mat, tipping the tailbone up. As you inhale, we're gonna go the other way. So arching the back, putting the bottom of your bum closer to the floor, sticking your butt out behind you is another way to think of it. Be sure the ribs stay heavy. We're doing that again. Exhale, drawing the low spine towards the floor just for a little stretch. And inhale, arching the pelvis, right where the waistband goes, not the ribs at all. Let's do 3 more sets. Exhale, and inhale. Notice if both of your sit bones are pressing down at the floor the same. Exhale, and inhale. Try to do all of this right from those core muscles. 2 more, exhale. And inhale, leave the neck and shoulders free. And exhale. And inhale. All right, let your hips rest. Someplace that feels kind of relaxed. And then re-engage the core. See if you can bring the back of the body gently closer to the floor. So we're not trying to shove anything down, okay? Just keeping the bottom ribs heavy. From here, bring your right knee up to a tabletop position. The knee is over the hip joint and the shin is parallel with the ceiling. You can test it out by placing your hand just above your kneecap. That's usually about the right distance. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, lower that leg back down. I'm actually going to reverse the breathing. You're going to exhale as you lift and inhale as you lower. This is the start of our knee fold series. This series is actually a very good core warm-up no matter what level you are working at in Pilates. I always imagine that there is like a fishing rod and I'm reeling my leg towards me to make sure that I'm doing that from my core. I want you to put your hands on your hip bones for a moment as you continue doing these and as you continue breathing. Make sure that you're not letting your hips tip side to side. So that's where the core work comes in. Deep core muscles activate when we keep the pelvis level. Exhale and inhale. Let's do one more set together. And inhale. Start your exhale just before you lift. And inhale. Now you can stick with those or you can add on. We're going to exhale, bring one knee up, and then the other knee up. So both of them are in that tabletop position. You'll feel a little bit more work automatically in the core here. Okay, take an inhale where you are. Make sure your back stays where it is. Exhale, bring it down, and re-lift. Let's inhale here. Exhale, bring the other foot down and re-lift. These are called toe taps, still part of the knee fold series. We're using that exhale to tone the muscles through the core to support the back. As you go, make sure that leg isn't pulling on your back. So we want to keep everything nice and stable in the center to create more freedom through the outer edges. Let's do one more time. Good work so far. All right, so you can stick with either of those versions, or you can come on to the next version, which is a little bit harder. Okay, support the core. Legs move down about 3 inches. Inhale, big exhale, hug everything in. You're gonna feel how much extra weight those legs add to your spine. So we don't want the spine or the pelvis to get dragged along with the legs. Use your exhale to return them. You may start to go a little bit farther, but again, remember, you're only going as far as your back stays completely stable and your navel stays to your spine. Let's go 3 more. Inhale, exhale. Keep track of the range of motion you're using right now. We're going to use it in our next exercise. Inhale, exhale. One more time. All right, you should be feeling a little bit of work in your core at this point. Check that the neck and shoulders have remained free. You can hug the knees to the chest. We're actually going to do a few more warm-ups before we get to the main part of our mat class today. All right, let's take the hands behind the head. You want to lace the fingers together so they make a nice little basket for your skull. Be sure that you're holding behind the skull and not behind your neck. Generally speaking, the elbows go about halfway apart. However, most of us like to arch our backs when we do that. So in order to keep you safe at home, I want you to bring your elbows close together. And then let that position help you widen your back so you can pull your core in a little bit more. It can also help to push the elbows towards the ceiling. You can see that already starts to pick me up. That's where we're headed. Take an inhale where you are, and as you exhale, curl the head and shoulders up. Imagine your eyes trying to see the top button of your shirt. Inhale, lower back down. Keep those elbows lifting high. Exhale, curl the head and shoulders up. Be sure that you didn't just change the hips as well. Hips stay heavy, and inhale as you lower. Exhale, curl. These are your upper ab curls. And inhale, lower. They're like a very intelligent Pilates crunch. Exhale, curl. And inhale, lower. Let's do 2 more times. Exhale, curl. And inhale, lower. Exhale, curl, and hold. I want you to bring the arms forward. Keep looking towards the top button of your shirt, and imagine your head is lifting up to the ceiling. Take 3 breaths here. Inhale and exhale. Notice if your core muscles just pushed up, we want to keep them down. Inhale, exhale. Maybe you can lift a little higher. Nice and easy through the neck. 1 more. Inhale and exhale. Good. Come all the way down. Turn the head side to side to release any tension through the neck and the shoulders. All right, so if you were feeling a lot in your neck for that last version, I want you to keep your range of motion small and occasionally let your head rest down in our next exercise, all right? Because it's not worth putting tension in the neck. So, version 1, I told you I would give you levels. Doing a harder level does not make you a better human being, so make sure that you're keeping your body safe since I can't see you at home. We're gonna use those knee folds. Bring one knee up to tabletop with your core. Bring the other knee up to tabletop with your core. This is version 1, is the knee staying in this tabletop position. When you're here, you can always rest your head back down, keep the core working, and that's still an exercise, okay? If you are working a little bit harder, you're gonna curl the head and shoulders up, reaching the arms long. Okay? If you are one of my regular students, you can then take your legs a little bit up. Notice they're not all the way down here because that's gonna make me arch my back probably. So make sure that if you're doing this version, you're doing it high. Okay? You can always come back to a previous version if you need to. From here, we're gonna start to move your arms up and down, keeping the navel towards the spine. We're gonna take 10 breaths. Inhale, exhale. Inhale. This exercise is called the hundreds. Exhale. Each breath is about 10 counts long. Inhale. I'm counting for you today. Exhale. All you have to do is think of taking 10 breaths. Inhale and exhale. And inhale. Make sure the breath stays in the back of the body. Exhale. That's halfway. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Remember, you can come back to a previous version. Exhale if you need to. Inhale. Exhale. Give me 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more breath. Really curl up there. Last little bit of work. And exhale. Bring the knees in closer. Lower the head. Turn the head to the right. Release the neck. Turn the head to the left. Let's do that again, to the right and to the left. 2 ways to come up to sitting. Every transition in Pilates is also an exercise. If you have anything with your lower back, please turn onto your side and use your hands to come up to sitting. If you're feeling a little more adventurous today, you can take one knee to your chest, lace the fingers behind the leg, push the leg away and down, and articulate the spine as you come up. We're moving to an exercise called the half roll up. So bend the knees, place the feet either flat or flexed on the floor, whichever you would prefer. I like this way because I can dig my heels down and activate the backs of my legs a little bit more. Okay, make sure that you're gonna start with a little pelvic tilt. So you're rounding your back and tilting your tail towards your nose like a sad puppy. The arms can come out in front of you if you need help at any point. Just grab the backs of your legs and use your hands just a little bit to help. Nothing wrong with that. All right, from here, we're gonna start to round the hips backwards. Imagine that the waistband of your pants has become magnetized to your mat. Take an inhale. If your feet start to lift, you've gone as far as you're going. Big exhale. Curl your navel towards your spine and round your head towards your lap. We're gonna do that again. Inhale as you roll backwards. Legs stay nice and active. Exhale, curl forward. Try to keep the back of your head lifting up. Inhale as you go back. Keep those feet grounded. Exhale. So this is where I'm going to talk to you a little bit about something called your working range of motion. Working range of motion in Pilates is wherever you can go with your spine doing what it's supposed to and your body staying stable. Inhale as you go back. So my working range ends about here because my feet want to lift. Big exhale as you come forward. All right, let's take a little rest. Those are a decent amount of work. Usually if you're doing them right, hopefully you're feeling it at home too. We're moving on to the full roll up. If you have a band or a strap, it's very nice to use this for this exercise. If you don't, you're gonna use your hands as needed or stick with our half roll up position. So I'm gonna take the band over my feet, legs are together, and my feet are flexed. And that's just gonna keep me really solidly pushing out through my legs to help me activate my core a little bit better. Okay, from here, elbows bend back by the sides. This keeps the chest open and allows the core to engage. I'm gonna create a C curve so that from the side of my body, my shoulders are over my hips and my eyes are to my navel. From here, start with the same muscles you just used. You're gonna pull the navel back towards your waistband. Keep the legs grounded and then continue this time to roll bone by bone all the way down to the floor. Okay, when you're ready, that was our transition. This is the first repetition, guys. Take an inhale, curl into your upper abs, just like that first exercise. Peel your spine off the floor. Stay seated behind your bum as you arrive in that C curve. Inhale, roll back. Exhale, roll down. Try to stretch the spine a little more. Inhale, curl the chest forward. Make sure you're not collapsing. Exhale as you arrive. Inhale, roll back. Watch your navel pull closer to your spine the whole time down. Inhale, curl. Exhale when it gets tough. That is a big Pilates secret. If you need a little bit of help, just exhale and your core muscles will automatically engage a little more. Inhale back. Exhale down. Inhale forward. Exhale up. Let's go down one more time. That is the end of that repetition. And big exhale. All right, we're gonna take the strap, set it to your side, someplace within easy reach because we'll be using it again in a moment. We're coming into our tree stretches. Let's start by hugging the right knee to the chest. If you have any knee issues, you can always hold the back of the thigh instead of over top of the shin. I like to twirl the leg around a little bit. Practice keeping the rest of your body very still as you're here. So just giving a little bit of awareness and loosening up through the hip joint. Okay, we're going to take those laced hands now and bring them to the back of the thigh. The knee should come as close to the chest as possible with the other leg being completely straight on the floor. From here, point the toes of the lifted leg. I'm going to kick the foot up. You can see it doesn't go super far. Okay? My knees is still to my chest, my core is engaged. Those are the two important things. Flex your heel hard and lower it back down. You're going to point the toes again. Inhale as you lift it up. Keep hugging that thigh to your chest. Exhale as you flex it down. This is what we call a sciatic nerve glide. So sometimes the tension in the back of our legs isn't just due to tight muscles. It can actually be coming from your sciatic nerve, from your back all the way down your leg, even to your calf and foot. Inhale up, exhale down. Let's do one more time. Inhale up and exhale down. Point and lift the foot and stay there. This time let the leg go as straight as you comfortably can in the air. We're going to lift the head and shoulders up into that upper ab curl. Take your hands and grab a hold of your calf if you can reach that far. It's okay if your knee is a little bit bent. That is fine. Just make sure that it doesn't bend any extra. You're going to use the core to pull the leg towards you just a little bit and then push the leg away. Do that again. Inhale towards you and exhale away. Inhale towards you. Look at your hips. Make sure they're square. Exhale away. Let's do two more times. Inhale and exhale one more time. Inhale and exhale. Bend the knee back to the chest. If you are using a strap, here is where you restrap the foot. If you don't have a strap at home or you're choosing not to use it, that's okay. Keep the knee a little bit soft and circle from your knee rather than from your foot. I'm going to add my strap. The foot is flexed and the elbows come down by my sides. Okay, I can let the leg go down a little bit so it's not quite 90 degrees. Slightly below is just fine. It's wherever I can reach the leg long and re-engage my core. From here, I'm going to draw a circle that's kind of like a capital D shape. So I'm going to my opposite side. That gives me a lovely stretch through my outer hamstrings and outer hip, and then down until it's back in its own lane. That's the swoop of the D, and then lift it back up. Keep it long. Inhale, cross over and down. Hips stay totally square on the floor. Exhale as you lift. 3 more this direction. Inhale, cross, and exhale, lift. Inhale, cross. I'm actually pushing the band out as I lift it back up to get the best stretch possible. Inhale and exhale. Pause at the top. Make that leg really long. We're going to go the other way. Inhale, down. Exhale, cross over. This is usually a little harder. You'll notice as you come up to the top of your circle or semicircle that your leg wants to shorten. If you can push it out, you're going to get so much more out of this stretch. Exhale as you lift. Inhale as you lower. Exhale as you lift. How long can you make that leg for our last one? Inhale down Exhale, up. All right, bend the knee. If you're using a strap, set it to the side. We're gonna hug the other leg in, squaring off the hips. Twirl the leg around a little bit. Try to keep the rest of your body nice and still. Lace the fingers to the back of the thigh. Point the toes. Knee to chest as close as it can go. Lift the foot up. Notice it's not going straight. Flex the heel hard and lower down. This is our sciatic nerve glide. Inhale, point and lift. Exhale, flex and lower. To be fair, you'll feel a decent bit of work through the quads and the front of the thigh, as well as through the arms. That's okay. Inhale, point. Exhale, flex. Inhale, point. Don't forget to draw that navel in. And exhale, flex. All right, moving on to our tree stretches. Point the leg, extend it. Okay, make sure that those quads are as engaged as is comfortable. Lift your head and shoulders and take the hands to the calf. From here, you're looking towards your center, squaring your hips. Pull the leg a little bit towards you. Push with your leg to take it away. Inhale, pull it towards you. Resist with the leg if you can. Exhale, away. Remember, it's okay if your knee is bent. Just make sure it's your thigh that's moving closer and farther away rather than your foot. Nice deep inhale. Full exhale one more time. Inhale and exhale. All right, we're gonna bend that knee. I'm adding the strap. I don't know about you. Let me know in the comments. Elbows come down by your sides. Keep the chest open. Okay, I'm gonna take that leg, move it down a little bit so that I can reach it longer. From here, bring the leg across your center line. Be sure that that opposite hip is down, both hips squared. Exhale, around, back into its own lane, and lift up. Inhale, cross over, and exhale, lift. Remember, as you lift it up, you're looking to push the strap a little bit longer so that you're encouraging a whole new range of motion that you didn't know you had. It's like magic. 2 more times, inhale. Give me an hour, I will make you taller. You just have to work it a little bit. Inhale. And exhale, pause at the top. Make sure that leg is really long. The floor leg, by the way, is still very active here too. We're gonna reverse directions. Go down as you inhale. Push that leg a little bit longer. Cross it over, keep all the length you just found, and lift back up. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. So even as I lift to the top and start my circle down, I'm staying inside the frame of my mat. That's really important. It goes back to that working range of motion and where we can keep our body nice and still without the limbs pulling on it. 2 more. Make sure that the stretching leg is lengthening and pushing into the strap as you lift it. Last one here. All right, I'm gonna take that band, set it to the side, out of the way. Use your hand to the back of the thigh. Remember, you can always roll onto your side to help. I'm gonna push that leg forward to bring you up to sitting. Now, you shouldn't be jerking on your leg. You shouldn't feel like you're throwing yourself off the mat to get there. You wanna make everything very smooth and controlled. Rolling like a ball. I am going to bend my knees, place my feet flat, pick my bum up, and scoot it so there's about a fist distance between my hips and my heels. Stage 1, you hold here on the backs of the thighs. If that ends up going well, you can go to stage 2, hands on the shins. If that's going well, you can go stage 3, hands on the ankles. I don't know about you guys, I am not warmed up to do that one yet. So I'm going to take my hands to the backs of my thighs to start, elbows out to the side so the chest can be released. Okay, round your spine into that C-curve shape and pick up your feet to find your balance. Even staying just like this is its own exercise. Feel free to be here. If you would like to add on, draw your navel back, roll just the waistband of your pants into the mat, and big exhale as you come up. Try to find your balance at the top. We'll do that again. Inhale, exhale. Whoop. 20 years of Pilates and I still don't make it up every time. Inhale, exhale. You're trying to keep your shape as you go. Make sure that your chest doesn't collapse. Inhale, exhale. Let's go 4 more times. Inhale, exhale. That exhale comes in handy. Inhale, exhale. At the top, squeeze your underbum. It's like little breaks. Inhale, exhale. Let's go, one more. Inhale, and exhale. Good job. The smaller you make that roll, the harder the exercise becomes. So remember, keep your range of motion pretty small in that one. We're going on to the ab series. I'm going to show you the first two, the second two, and then the last one. This is a series of 5 exercises. When they're put together, they are their own workout. Okay, so the first one we're going to be doing single legs bent. I'm going to scoot myself a little forward. My transition goes here, hands on the knee. You can overlap. If you know the fancy hands, you can do the fancy hands. I'm going to roll back. Don't go yet. Watch me first. Keeping my head and shoulders up and extending my free leg pretty high. Not down here, guys, okay? Okay, up here. I'm going to pull the knee to my nose and change. Okay, this is my first exercise called the single leg stretch. At the end of that, I'm going to have both knees in, and I'm going to do my double leg stretch. Arms and legs go up. Take the arms out to the sides, not back behind you, and hug the knees in. Up, open, and hug. All right? So after that, you'll get a rest. See if you can keep your head and shoulders up the whole time. It'll make you work, but remember, it's not worth any strain through the nap. All right, so we are in our rolling like a ball position. You're balanced. Take your hands, overlap them on your right knee. Roll back as you straighten your left leg forward. Use your core to make it smooth and controlled. Inhale here. Change. Exhale, left leg. Inhale, right. Exhale, left. When you let go with your hands, try to really firm the core so that it's helping you maintain your position. Inhale and exhale. Try to keep your shoulder blades off the ground. Inhale and exhale. Hold that left leg. Bring the right leg to join it. Both legs. Go up, arms reach up, curl higher. Open the arms. Exhale, hug the knees in. Inhale up, exhale, open. Inhale up, exhale, open. 2 more times, then you get a rest. Inhale up, exhale, open. 1 more time, up and open. Good job. Hug the knees in. Turn the head side to side. Nice deep breaths if you can. Hopefully you're feeling the work. All right, so I'm going to show you the next two. The next two are with straight legs. We go single leg and then double leg, okay? Same kind of idea, just slightly different. So I will curl my head and shoulders up. Straighten my legs. One leg comes towards me. This is why we did those other leg stretches. This is called scissors, okay? So legs are nice and straight. If you have tighter legs, it's okay to have them a little bit bent, but try not to bend them more. Keep them the same amount of straight throughout. Okay, and then we'll go hands behind the head, elbows high to help you stay curled, double leg, down and up. All right, so that's a little harder. This is where your working range of motion really comes into play. If your legs go too low too early, before your core has gained the strength, it's gonna pull your back off the mat. That gets very uncomfortable and very dangerous. So go back to the range of motion you used when we warmed up into our knee folds to help you stay safe in your body. All right, we're heading into it. Hands to the backs of your legs. Curl your head and shoulders up. Take your legs straight and grab, if you can, above the knee onto the calf of one leg. Inhale here, change legs, exhale, change. Both hands change at the same time and exhale. Make sure the navel is drawing down the whole time. And exhale, inhale, and exhale. 1 more each leg. Inhale and exhale. All right, hands to the back of the head. Elbows narrow, float them up. Both legs go down just a little. Don't let your back change. Exhale, lift. Inhale, down. Exhale, lift. Keep the head and shoulders high as you do this. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale. And exhale. Bend your knees. Lower down. Again, you can turn your head side to side. Give your neck a little stretch. All right, the last one of our ab series is a little bit different, okay? It's a bicycle or an opposite elbow to knee. Okay, you want to make sure that your elbows stay very close together, almost like you are holding a yoga block between both elbows. This will get you the best twist in your waist and spine rather than letting you cheat and push off your shoulder blades. So, elbows narrow, push them up, widen the back. Curl your head and shoulders up, keep pushing your elbows high. And then take your right leg to tabletop, left leg out and still a little bit up. Both elbows twist outside your right knee. Inhale, change. Exhale, change. Inhale, don't lean back as you come through center. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Keep those hips nice and still. Inhale. Exhale, one more each side. Okay, you can rest. Bonus round for my more advanced students. Let's do 10 sets fast. Inhale, exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, and down. You should definitely be feeling those. Okay, let's take a little stretch. Right ankle on the left knee. You can stay here. You can sway side to side. You can hug your legs in. This should be a feel-good thing, so you can take any stretch that you would like. This is just generally the one we use in most Pilates classes. All right, let's change sides. You can hug the legs in. Give yourself a nice stretch here. Deep breaths into the back of your body. You're doing well so far. If you're still with me, you've got this. All right, whatever leg you're currently holding, hug it in. You can always roll to your side to come up to sitting. We're gonna push this leg forward, nice, smooth roll up. We're coming into an exercise called spine stretch forward. If it feels like you have to really fight your hips to stay sitting upright on the floor, you need to elevate yourself on a block or a couple of cushions or towels. I've even done this in a chair or on a couch. Any way that you can, lift yourself up so that your hips can be at ease and you can isolate the work more through the core. That's really the important part of Pilates, the core and the spine. So if you'd like, tuck that under your hips. I'll give you an example. Okay, the legs go just a little bit wider than your mat. Feet are flexed the whole time. Okay, if you're using your block, you'll sit like this. If you're not, it is otherwise the same position. The arms come out in front of you about the height of your shoulders. And imagine your spine is stacked up against a wall, nice and tall. If you're at home, you can even use a wall. There's a bonus. If you feel like your shoulders just went by your ears, please turn your palms to face up. It will settle your shoulders and your neck. Draw the navel in, take a tall inhale. As you exhale, nod the head towards the throat. Don't let the chin touch the chest. And curl slowly forward. This is your upper ab curl. We're just doing it sitting upright. Take an inhale when you're ready. Pull the navel in and up. Stack up taller than you just were. Inhale tall. Exhale, roll forward. Inhale, stack back up. You can see I'm staying pretty much over my lap and my upper thighs. Exhale, forward. Inhale, lift. Keep those feet flexed. Exhale, forward. Inhale, lift. Make sure that the shoulders and neck remain relaxed. One more time. Exhale, forward. And inhale, lift. Rest the arms. That can be a lot of arm work if you're not used to it. Okay, next exercise is called the saw. It is what we just did, but with a twist, quite literally. The arms go out to the sides, still a little bit in front of your body, okay? So your shoulder joints are about here. They're not as out to the sides and behind us as we tend to think. Tall inhale, lift your navel. We're gonna twist to your right. Okay, stay tall through that twist. As you exhale, you're gonna reach across, opposite hand for pinky toe. Look at that back arm. Inhale up tall, twist the other way. Exhale, round forward. Inhale tall, exhale twist. Really squeeze the air out. Inhale tall, exhale twist. Make sure your back pinky finger is up. Inhale tall. Don't let those hips shift either. You're keeping your hips nice and grounded. So I have to think of my left hip pulling back as I'm here with my left arm forward, tall, and right hip pulling back as my right arm goes forward. Inhale up tall to finish that, and then exhale, lower the arms. All right, good job so far. We are flipping over, face down. If you are feeling the core work you have been doing, I highly recommend propping yourself up on your elbows for a moment, just stretching your core out. It's also a really good exercise for keeping your back loose. This is the one time in my class that I let people relax their core muscles. So if you're gonna take advantage of that, do it now. Okay, then we're gonna lower down, re-engage your core, please. Place the hands by the shoulders. The elbows should be together along the back of the body, not down on the floor for this next one. I like to walk my legs a little bit out on my hips so my hips are fully flat. Place the palms open with the fingers slightly turned to the corners of your mat. Begin by bringing the shoulders away from the floor so you are not hunched. Pull back through the hands just enough to give yourself a sense of your arms working. And then from here, pull your chest forward. Now my eyes are looking right at the front of my mat. They're not looking straight ahead because it's gonna crank my neck. So keep the neck long. Inhale as you come up. Exhale, pull more forward as you come down. Inhale as you come up. Your hands should be able to float while you maintain this position. It's the upper back muscles that are doing the work and the core. Exhale as you come back down. Inhale as you come up. We're gonna have a little bit of fun with this in a second, okay? Exhale as you come down. This time, inhale, come up and stay. Now you won't be able to see my feet from this angle, but I'm going to lift my feet as I lower my face, lift my face as I lower my feet. So one end of the body up at a time, okay? Keep those elbows in tight. Face down, feet up. Feet down, face up. Two more, down, up. One more, down, and up. All right, you can come back to a child's pose. Be very gentle as you come back to child's pose. If you have knees that don't like to bend this way, that is totally fine. Flip onto your back, hug your knees to your chest. That is an acceptable stretch for the back. If you'd like, you can sway your hips a little side to side to release the lower back more deeply. And then we're gonna switch onto your back. I highly recommend having a pillow or a yoga block between the thighs for our next exercise. We're coming into a shoulder bridge. So I like to tuck the block in my inner thighs versus the knees. Okay, the feet are set so that the heels are right underneath the kneecaps, and my feet are nice and parallel, about 2 fist distance apart between the knees and the feet. The arms come down by your sides. I have a special bonus thing I really like to do here. Grab the edge of your mat, push it forward. You'll feel your whole back lengthen and your core automatically engage. Okay, you're welcome to do that to traction your spine. Press into the soles of your feet, squeeze your block a little bit, and start that tail tuck that we began our workout today with. Okay, I'm gonna tuck the tail up, but I'm gonna keep going up. Be sure that the ribs remain down, squeeze that block or that pillow. Okay, roll back down slowly, articulating the spine. The neck and chest should be totally free here. All of that work goes right into your core. Take an inhale, curl your tail up. Keep the ribs pushing down, the feet pushing down as the glutes push your hips high. Roll back down, inhale, and exhale. Really, that's the big difference between a yoga bridge and a Pilates bridge. The ribs stay extremely heavy. We're just trying to line everything up. Knees, hips, and upper abs as you do this. Articulate back down, bone by bone. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze right where your thigh joins your bump as you push up. Roll back down. All right, you can keep doing that or you can add on. We're gonna combine this exercise with our knee folds that we started with. I'm gonna roll on up. Feel free to grab the edge of the mat, push it forward. Stay up high with the hips. Core engaged, ribs are down. Take one leg, knee folded up. Don't let those hips swivel, and then back down. It's actually pretty hard. Exhale, and inhale. I find that my attention has to stay on my floor foot, so I'm pushing my floor foot into the floor in order to lift the other leg and keep my stability. Make sure those ribs aren't popping up. One more each side. Inhale, exhale, inhale. Give yourself a little check. Are your hips still up there? Are your ribs still tucked in? Hopefully so. Roll your spine down, bone by bone. Very nice. You guys are doing great so far. Okay, we're setting up for our side kick series. So side kick series, I'm gonna be up against the back edge of my mat. I can use my hands to kind of help me feel. My bottom elbow goes in the back corner of my mat. If that bothers your shoulder at all though, grab your handy dandy block or cushion, put it under your head, and just wrap the arm around the block or cushion for a more comfortable position in your shoulder. You can go there anytime. If you want something kind of in between, rest your arm flat, rest your head on your arm. Your top hand makes a fist, which goes right in front of your waist. I'm gonna scoot down a little bit more so you can see more of my feet. My feet come forward off the front edge of my mat. I'm gonna keep my core tucked in, my hips nice and stacked here. My top leg comes to a hip height position. Trust me, it's not as wide as you think it is. Okay, take the leg forward without the torso moving. Keep the knees straight. Inhale here. Take the leg behind you. Exhale. Bottom leg stays active. Let's go again. Inhale front. Exhale back. Now the main job is to keep the torso very stable as you go forward and back, right? So not leaning. If you can do that, you can add a little pulse at the front and at the back of the movement. That pulse happens from my upper thigh and from my core, not from my foot or my knee. Let's go 2 more. Inhale front. Exhale back. Keep those hips stacked. Inhale front. Exhale back. All right, hover your foot in the air. We're going to turn the knee and the toes to the ceiling. It's really happening from my upper thigh, not my foot. Turn the knee and the toes down. Inhale, turn out. Exhale, turn in. Inhale, turn out. Keep the hips stacked. Exhale, turn in. Inhale, turn out and stay. Strong at the knee. Lift your leg up. The knee faces the ceiling. Flex the heel, lower it down. Let's go again. Inhale, point up. Exhale, flex down. Inhale, point up. Don't let the top hip lean back. And exhale, flex and pause. Let's flex to lift. Make sure the knee is still to the ceiling. Up, point to lower. Flex and point. Flex and point. Keep it hip height. Keep the knee turned out to the ceiling. Little circles. 8, 7. Make them long. 6, 5. Imagine I'm pulling that leg to the corner of the room. 3, 2, and reverse. Inhale, 8. You should be feeling it right here. 6, 5. Exhale. 3, 2, and 1. All right. 2 ways to proceed. You can drape the leg fully on the floor so it's out of the way of the bottom leg. If you're a little bit more flexible, you can turn the knee to the ceiling. Just make sure the foot is flat. I'm holding behind the ankle. You can also hold in front, whichever you would like to do. Bottom leg lifts up as you inhale, lowers as you exhale. Don't worry about how high it goes. Inhale to go up, exhale to go down. Inhale to go up and stay. Let's do 3 big slow circles. Exhale, 3, 2, it's a nice long exhale. 1, inhale up high, exhale reverse. 3, 2, 1. Inhale up high, and then lower both legs down. We're gonna stack the legs, bring them inside the frame of the mat. And here you do want to rest the head down if it is still elevated. The top hand goes in front of your waist. Okay, make sure that you're leaning a little bit back on your hips for this one. My top hip is slightly back. Okay, squeeze both legs and lift them up. Keep the navel to the spine. Inhale here, exhale, lower them down. You're using not just your bottom leg, but also your top waist. Up and down. Let's go up and stay. Just the bottom leg moves. 10, 9, don't let that top one move. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, together, and lower down. All right, we're transitioning to the other leg using another exercise. Remember, I told you all of our transitions are exercises in Pilates. Roll onto your front, stack your hands, place your forehead down, and bring your heels together, toes apart, so you're in a Pilates V position. I'm keeping my face up so you can hear me. You can have your head down though. You're gonna lift your legs up, keeping the knees straight, open and close the legs, like you're clapping your heels together. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, 2, 3, 4, 5. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's bring those legs down. You can roll over to your other side. That should line you up very well with the back edge of your mat. I'm gonna flip my head so you guys can still see me. All right, so line your body up with that back edge. Feet come forward so your toes are just off the front edge of your mat. Take that top hand back behind your hips. Make sure your hips are stacked. They like to lie to us. Top hand makes a fist in front of your core. Check that your top leg is still the same length as your bottom leg. They should be pretty close. And draw the core in. Let's lift your top leg up to hip height. Flex the foot hard and bring it forward. Little pulse if you would like. Point the toes, take it back. Don't let your body shift. Inhale, front. So working range of motion here is wherever I can go. Exhale, back without my body changing right through here. It's like I'm a box. I'm trying to stay totally square. Hip, hip, shoulder, shoulder. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Bring the leg so it's a little bit in front of your bottom foot. Turn the top knee open to the ceiling and then turn it down. So we're turning the knee up, that's called turning out, and turning in, knee to floor. Inhale up, exhale down, inhale up and stay. It's gonna stay like this for the rest of the series. Check that your hips are still stacked, point the toes, lift the leg up. Flex the heel and lower down. Inhale as you lift, that top hip should still be stacked. It likes to lean back to give us more range. Don't do it, it's not worth it. You can stay strong in whatever range you have. Let's reverse. Flex up as you inhale. Point as you exhale. Flex up as you inhale. Point as you exhale. One more time. Keep it hovering about hip height. Draw little circles. Knee is still aimed at the ceiling. 3, 4, check the core is in. 6, 7, reverse it. Inhale, 8. You should be feeling it right back here now. 6, 5, exhale, 3, 2, and 1. Bend the top leg, either drape it out of the way or place the foot flat, knee to the ceiling. Bottom leg lifts as you inhale and lowers as you exhale. Inhale to go up, exhale to go down. Inhale up and stay. This time we draw 3 big circles. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. Inhale high. Exhale, reverse those circles. Nice long exhale. And 3. Inhale up high. And exhale, lower both legs down. This is the part where you flatten the bottom arm. Bring the feet inside the frame of your mat and lean back behind the bone of your bottom hip. That's just going to give you a little more balance and a little more comfort. Okay, squeeze the legs, lift them up. It's the bottom leg and the top waist that's helping. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift them up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift up and stay. Just the bottom leg taps. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Don't let that top leg move. 2, and 1. It's a lot of work for just those little movements. All right, you're gonna flip onto your back. Let's take that pigeon stretch, ankle over opposite knee again. You could stay down on the floor. You could hug the legs in, whatever feels best for you. Here's the good news. We're not too far from being done, okay? So if you're feeling tired, that is totally reasonable, okay? If you need to, just make your range of motion smaller. Take the rests that you need. It's totally fine. Let's change legs. Nice deep breaths. Notice how much easier it is to draw the core toward your spine as you're here. Pilates is one of those sneaky types of workouts. It seems so easy because you're just coming in and laying down on your back on your mat for an hour. What I like is that it sneaks up on you. Suddenly you realize how hard you're working. All right. So we are going to play with that spinal articulation a little bit. This is called a half teaser. I'm not gonna lie, it's actually pretty hard for only something being half of a teaser. I'm gonna walk my legs out pretty far, much farther than they've been so far. They're about halfway straight and halfway bent. You can even tuck a yoga block between your knees if you would like, okay? From here, I'm gonna keep my knees the same height and extend one leg in the air. Make sure your hips are level. You don't want them to suddenly tip toward your straight leg side. I'm gonna take my core, draw it in, curl my head and shoulders up. You can always climb your legs if you need to. That's fine. At the top of the motion, I'm trying to have my arms and my leg parallel together. Okay? And I'm going to roll it back down as slow as I can. You can always walk the hands up the leg. That's fine. Change legs. Do it again. Inhale. Squeeze the core. Exhale, arrive at the top. I'm still sitting behind my bum here. Roll it back. Make sure your floor foot stays down. And exhale. Let's change again. One more each side. Inhale, curl. Exhale. Don't throw your arms down just to get leverage. Even if you're still partway on the mat, that's totally fine. You're getting the work. Inhale and exhale. One more time. Curl the head and shoulders. Inhale. Exhale. Nice strong core. Roll it back. Inhale. And exhale. Again, I'll tell you, I've been doing Pilates for about 20 years. Those are still hard for me. If you felt challenged, you're not alone. All right, we're going to flip on over to your front side. Hands by the chest, like we did for our swan position. Keep the elbows tucked in. Roll the shoulders onto the back. Squeeze the armpits together and lift your face and chest. Your eyes are going to be, again, looking right at the front of your mat, and you're going to lift your legs up. I'm going to scoot down a little bit so you can see my legs. This is an exercise called swimming. So my face and my chest stays a little bit up, back of the neck long. I'm going to lift one leg and then the other, keeping my hips nice and square. So it's like I'm holding a kickboard in a pool, and I'm kicking my legs, keeping my knees straight. Inhale, exhale. Check that the navel is to the spine. Inhale and exhale. All right, let's push back to a child's pose. Swimming is an exercise that's actually pretty difficult because most of it happens behind you. During our daily lives, almost everything we do happens in front of us. All right, one more exercise today. If you're still with me, you should be giving yourself a round of applause because this is hard work, you know, especially if you're working out at my tempo. Okay, so we're coming back to our rolling exercises. We started with rolling like a ball. This is called seal. Pick your hips up, move them about a fist distance away from your heels. The hands go through the legs and around the ankles. Now, if that feels too hard or feels uncomfortable on your knees, I want you to take your hands and just hold the backs of your legs, okay? This crocheted arm position does make the exercise a little bit harder. I encourage you to have a sense of fun. Be willing to laugh at yourself for this one because I sure have to. Okay, and then we're going to take the feet and legs, big clap, like a seal clap. Rock back just the waistband of the pants. Rock up. Clap again. I had 6 a.m. advanced mat students years ago who actually used to bark like seals when they did it. So feel free at home. Okay, now you can start adding a clap as you go back, which will make it harder. You can add 2 claps as you go back. You can even add 3 claps to the back. You can see I'm kind of clapping throughout now. Eyes to your navel if you can. Let's do 2 more. Last one. Find your balance. Very nice. Usually when it's the last one, I end up falling backwards. Good. What I like about this cool down is you can do it first thing in the morning, last thing in the day. You can do it before tennis, golf, or any other activity that you have, okay? So we're gonna stand with our feet about hip width apart, about 2 fist distances. You're gonna roll your head down, articulate your spine. That should feel a lot easier after the last hour. Okay, when you can go no farther, bend your knees, let your heels come up. Okay, if your knees don't like this angle, just don't go down this far, that's okay. Push the heels down, curl the head to the knees, try to keep your chest resting on your knees as long as possible. Push into the feet, lift the core toward your spine, and slowly roll back up. We're going to do that 2 more times. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Heels can go up a little higher for a bonus toe stretch. Push the heels back and down. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. It's kind of like a Pilates version of a sun salute. One more time. Roll your spine down. Take all the time you need to, anywhere that feels tight. Inhale and exhale. Push the heels back and down. Inhale, chest stays on the thighs. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Very nice, guys. Thanks so much for joining me for Pilates Mat Class this morning. I hope you had a good time. Remember, you can always come back to those pigeon stretches anytime you need to throughout the rest of your day, or a little face down on the elbow stretch to stretch the core out. Hopefully I'll see you guys next week.